Hello everyone, it's time for another episode of Math and Silly Hats. Today I'm going to be going over a typical ALEKS session. I'm going to be doing some topics in ALEKS, talking about goal setting, and how the topics you do affects your current percentage, and what mastery is. Let's get into it. So here I am on the ALEKS landing page. Now, of course, I'm Jane Doe. That's not a real student, but the situation is going to be the same. The first thing you need to know how to do in ALEKS is check what your current percentage is. If you click the center of your ALEKS pie, you'll see that number of topics change to a percentage. This is important because, as I'm displaying on the screen here, I have a goal that says, based on my progress, I need to be at 11.1% by the end of the week. So I need to make 3.1% of progress through the curriculum by the end of the week. Let's get into that. So I can continue my path here, and it'll recommend a topic for me. This is the part of the lesson where you learn the topic. You're later going to be doing some questions to make sure you understand the topic thoroughly, and you'll see them finally on your knowledge check. If you get 3 questions in a row for a topic, you will have mastered it until you see it on the knowledge check. Once you've correctly answered it on the knowledge check, you're done with that topic forever. All right, so I can either continue my path at this point or return to the homepage. Let me go back to the homepage and see if I get another percent. I got another percent. Now, unfortunately, the bad news for you is that it shows that I've learned one topic. I haven't mastered it yet because I haven't seen it on a knowledge check, but my percentage increased because I did well on it. Now, if I don't do well on that topic on the knowledge check, I'm going to lose that percent. But the bad news is not every topic is 1%. You just hit integer threshold. So I might have actually been at 8.8% before, and this is just the last little bump I needed to get to an increment of 9 point something percent, which is closer to the integer 9. So there's probably about 4 to 5 topics per percentage. Let's test that theory. Now, if I don't want to continue my path of the recommended topic, what I can do is go to Learn. And you see there's an arrow up here, and I can choose which topic to work on. So if I get stuck on something, I don't have to keep doing it over and over. Wow, Jane, thanks. I appreciate it. Let's go back to the homepage, see if we increased our percentage at all. Nope, it's okay, don't get frazzled. So this is normally going to be about 4 to 5 topics per percentage increase. Let's go check back on our goals. So over here, I can see that when I start, I need to get from 8 to 11.1%. Once I've gotten to 9%, I can enter, well, my teacher will enter my percentage now, and I can see that 9% is about a third of the way I had to go, and I have 32.6 points for the week out of 100, so about a 33%. Now I want to make sure I get to 11% by the end of the week, so I can have a 97.8. But if I did poorly last week, what I might want to do is exceed my goal. So maybe instead of doing 14 or 15 topics, I'm trying to get to 20 topics. That could get me up to 4% past my original start percentage. From 8 to 12 would get me 130.4 out of 100 points. In other words, an A and 30.4 points of extra credit. It's a lot of extra credit. So this is a flexible system in that if you don't have a great week, if you bomb a knowledge check and you get set back and you lose your progress, which is so frustrating, it's okay. You won't fail the course just because of that one bad week. You can just beat your goal the next week, and you'll make up those points with some extra credit. Especially good news is if you fail some topics, you're likely to see them on the next knowledge check, and here's where that mastered versus learned comes in. So if I look up at the top here, I notice that I have mastered 52 topics, which is the same as when we started, and I've learned 2 topics. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to switch over to my instructor account, and I'm going to request a knowledge check. Now you'll get these randomly. I wanted to show you me taking a knowledge check so I can show you what happens when you do well or you don't do well on a knowledge check.
A few moments later.
Now we have a knowledge check waiting for us when we log into ALEKS. Let's go ahead and start that.
One eternity later.
All right, we're back, and you'll notice that if we go back to our homepage, this is higher than it was before, which is good, right? So instead of 52 and 2, I now have 59. I've mastered 7 additional topics, including the 2 I learned, which hopefully I would master. Now, unfortunately, if you do poorly on these knowledge checks, you can end up with fewer master topics than you had before, because ALEKS will realize if you guessed pretty luckily on a previous question, you might still not know it. So let's go back and look at our goals for the week. So now when Mr. Blagan goes to grade this or update this throughout the week, he's going to see 1, that our percentage is now 10. And he's going to see that we spent some time on a knowledge check and did well on it. So we're going to get a 1 in this column. Now you notice 10 out of our 11.1 got us to a 65, a D. Not great. But because we took our time on the knowledge check, he's going to compensate us for our time by giving us 1 synthetic point, which will give us more points this week, though next week we'll just start at a 10. And we will lose that knowledge check since we didn't take one that week. Hopefully this has been helpful, and you can see how taking your time on a knowledge check can both help you in terms of making sure you don't have to repeat topics you've already seen, as well as increase your mastery, and thus earn you more points each week. Plus, Mr. B is going to give you a little bit of a bribe if you do well on them, in that you won't have to complete as many topics since he knows you took some time out of your busy days to take the knowledge check. So please do take these knowledge checks seriously, do your best on ALEKS, and please, if you have questions on any topics and you'd like to see me go through them more slowly and thoroughly, I will do so. Just leave a comment down below in the YouTubes or make a comment on Classroom. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye!